Hi everybody, how are we doing? I hope we are all good. I apologize that it's been a minute since I filmed. As I said in my last vlog, I was moving and all of that, and I've been dealing with a lot of stuff mentally, so I just haven't been in like the right headspace to film. But I think it was like 2 days ago, I took some time to plan out some content for YouTube and for my blog. I'm just gonna plug that in. The link is in the description box, so go check that out. I recently gave it a makeover, so I'm really excited to start posting on my website again. If you couldn't tell by the title, today I'm going to be doing some makeup. This is the makeup look that I wear to work, or like just if I'm like going out shopping or whatever. If I even plan on wearing makeup when I go out, a lot of the times I will go barefaced because I just don't care. But I typically get a lot of compliments when I do my makeup, so I figured I would show you all what I do for my everyday work makeup look. I did this same makeup look on TikTok, but I wanted to do a more in-depth, like chatty style for YouTube, so that is what this is going to be. So I'm gonna take my glasses off so there's no more glare, and we are going to get started. All right, glasses off, headband thingy on. Let's go. I got this from my grandma last year. I took a vacation to go see her for like a week, a little less than a week. She lives in Texas, and my sister and I went to go spend some time with her. Now, I know that you're supposed to put like the bow like in the back, because then you can like tie it like around your hair or whatever. But the last time I did that, my hair was so tangled and it took me forever to get my hair untangled. So since then I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. So I have my makeup mirror right here. So if I'm looking off like to the side, I'm looking in my mirror. Ready, and haha. First things first, because I look like Rudolph and I have a lot of redness, I'm going to be putting on some green color corrector. I got it from Walmart. It was on clearance. It's the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Color Correct Cushion Wonder. And I learned about color corrector a couple years ago, and since then I've always made sure to have it in my makeup collection because it really does help. My father blessed me with redness on the face. Thanks a lot, Dad. And I'm just gonna be blending it in with a sponge. I look like Shrek when I'm done with it, but just trust the process, okay? My chin doesn't get like too bad. The main areas of redness that I have are like the tops of my cheeks, like right under my eyes, and definitely my nose. And not only is my nose like so red, it's also so oily. So there are like certain makeup products that I can't even put on because it just slips right off because of the oil. But I found products over time that work. I can't tell if I look like Shrek or the Grinch. Either way, the green is not gonna show through the foundation and like the rest of the makeup, so. Normally I wouldn't put this much on top of my eyebrows, but I did my eyebrows last night and like I plucked them. I might have over plucked, I can't tell yet. I definitely didn't pluck enough on one of them. I'm not gonna point it out so that I can get made fun of on the internet because people are mean. Right now it is time for foundation. I use the Covergirl Clean Liquid Foundation in the shade Classic Ivory. I used to use the matte foundation, but I have decided like over time while using this one that I prefer this one over the matte foundation because my makeup is gonna look matte anyway when I put powder on. And I'm one of those weird people, I cannot put makeup like foundation or concealer on my hands. I can't do it. I don't like the feeling of it. I absolutely hate it. So I just put some foundation on a piece of toilet paper and I would just dip my sponge into that. So I'm gonna put, oh! What the hell? I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Well, I woke up late today and I really didn't want to sleep in, so I guess that's karma. So I'm dipping my Real Techniques sponge into the foundation and just dabbing it on my face. I'm actually gonna try my best to have a better day after that, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that just killed my mood. I actually don't know like how I'm gonna cope with the rest of my day. Makeup can be expensive. And while I do think it's good to invest in makeup if you wear makeup, because it's something that makes you feel good about yourself, and I always think you should invest in things that make you feel good about yourself. But some makeup products are spenny. Also, for my ladies that are new to makeup, please blend your foundation down your neck. I didn't even start doing that until I was 19, because I didn't realize that I needed to do that. This was the summer, because I'm a summer baby, and I was going to work with an orangish foundation that was definitely not my summer shade, and I had the line on my jaw because I didn't blend my foundation into my neck, and I didn't do it until my sister Haley had told me to start doing that. And I'm a bit of like, don't tell me what to do, but I tried it and I was like, oh. And then I was looking back at pictures and I was like, you mean to tell me that I have been going out into public all these years with just a line on my jaw and no one said anything? Now I'm one of those people, I don't care if it gets into my hairline because you can still see my skin through there. Every piece of skin needs to be covered with foundation. I'm just gonna end up washing my face tonight anyway, so I don't care. Okay, time for concealer. I use two different concealers. So I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I use that under my eyes and on my chin. And then I use the Covergirl Clean Matte Concealer on my nose and like kind of like a palm tree up on my forehead. This is the only concealer that I've found that does not come immediately sliding off of my nose. Normally I use the Tarte Shape Tape concealer like under my eyes, but it's expensive. It's like $30 for a tube. And I do swear by it. I really love the Shape Tape just because of how red and how oily I get. It's one concealer that I love because it is full coverage. But I've been really loving this Age Rewind concealer. I saw a lot of influencers using this a couple years ago, and I figured I'd try it, and I'm loving it. And I actually don't like slide it down my nose. I just put on like a lot of dots and I dab it on, and then I kind of go up like a palm tree on my forehead. And then I just use the same sponge that I used to put my foundation on to blend in the concealer. I'm gonna be thinking about the foundation mishap all day now. And I've got things to do today, and that's really just gonna bother me. That's all I'm gonna think about, because I overthink the small things. Okay, now it's time to bronze up the face, give it a little bit of color. I use the e.l.f. bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed, and I put it on with a Morphe brush. I don't know like what kind of Morphe brush this is. I got it in like a set for Christmas like years ago, and it's still doing me well. So I'm just gonna brush this all over my face and on my neck. And I'm one of those people, I don't contour because I don't know how. And my face is so round that it would be nearly impossible for me anyway to find my cheekbone. That, and I'm really not a fan of like cream bronzers, which I mean, you can use a powder, I guess, to contour, but I think I would prefer a cream bronzer, but I'm just not a fan. Okay, now we're gonna go in with a powder. I'm using the Covergirl Clean Matte Powder. It's the pressed powder in the shade Warm Beige. And I'm using this brush that my sister gave me. I don't know where she got it, but it is very pretty. So just like the bronzer, I'm just gonna put this all over my face. I do have a translucent setting powder, and that's what I would use if I was like going like out or whatever, but this works for just like every day. Okay, now it is time for eyebrows. So for eyebrows, I use the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim Defining Pencil in the shade Black. I have brown hair, but it is very dark, and my eyebrows are actually even darker. Now, normally I would do these off camera for like total concentration, but obviously that defeats the purpose of this video. I'm gonna stop talking, but I'm gonna speed this up and just show y'all how I do it, because clearly I can ramble on. How do I find like the best angle for this? I'm just gonna go for it, and I don't care. That took longer than it normally does because I was restricted because I'm sitting at a desk and my arm was like into my body. Normally when I'm doing them in the bathroom, I'm kind of like all up in my sink and I have like free flow of my arms, but that was not the case today. But they don't look too bad. I think they look pretty good. Okay, now it's time for my favorite part, eyeshadow. So for my basic everyday look, I use the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I've had this for years now, and it is my favorite palette in the world, and some of these shades don't even have a dent in them, and even the ones that I use every day, there's like a small dent in them. So I'm gonna start out with a base shade. I'm gonna be using the shade Nudie all over my lid. For my crease, I'm gonna be using this shade called Lockout. Normally I like pack it into the outer V and then I like kind of swing it into the crease and towards the inner corner. Not too much into the inner corner though. And if it looks harsh, don't worry about it. I am gonna blend it. I always think my eyeballs look like super weird while I'm putting on eyeshadow. Using a blending brush now, I'm dipping back into Nudie, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the harsh lines from the brown eyeshadow that I just put on. I love putting on makeup, but the thought of taking it off just fills me with dread because I just cannot be bothered. I'm now going to be going all over my lid with the shade Commando. One of my favorite things about eyeshadow is inner corner highlight, so we're definitely going to be doing some of that today. So I'm going to be going in with the shade Blow into my inner corner. And this it has just the right amount of sparkle in my opinion, because you can definitely tell that there is like glitter and stuff in there, but it's more subtle than, for example, the James Charles palette, the shade Ring Light. That is blinding and I think it is beautiful. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadow. But for an everyday look, this is perfect. Shadow is done. What do we think? I think it looks pretty good. Next step is eyeliner. I've used the NYX Epic Ink Liner for a couple years now, and I love it. Now I talked a tiny bit during my eyebrows, but my eyeliner I'm not going to talk through at all because I need the utmost concentration to make sure that the wings turn out the way that they should. My concealer just fell into the pile of foundation. This video is going swimmingly, wouldn't you agree? Normally I would do these off camera as well for concentration, but I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did with my eyebrows minus the talking, and I'm just going to speed up the footage. One wing is a little heavier than the other, but my eyes are just weirdly shaped anyway. So now on to mascara. This is an old one, don't come for me. This is the Katy Cat Eye from the Katy Perry Covergirl collab in the shade Berry Black. Say what you want, but I actually kind of prefer the wand on this one just because I have really long lashes, so I kind of have to twist the mascara wand anyway when I put it on. There was a long time where I didn't even put on mascara, like when I was a teenager, just because it would get onto the lens of my glasses. And it was just a struggle. Do not forget your bottom lashes, ladies. I genuinely don't know how much mascara I have left in this. A drinking game. Take a shot every time Cassie says the word mascara. Don't do that if you're a lightweight. Okay, eye makeup is done. Finally, oh my god, did I get mascara on there? No, I didn't. I was just freaking out for no reason. Now I'm going to be putting on some lipstick, and oh my lord. This lipstick is amazing. So I just got this a couple weeks ago, the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick, but I hadn't used it until like 2-3 days ago, and it is amazing. It literally felt like butter going on in my lips. But this is the shade Ashton, and it looks lighter than what it's going to when I put it on. It might differ with the skin tone of the person that's putting it on. I'm obviously fairly light skin, so it'll show up darker on me. Start out with my bottom lip. Then we use the remaining to trace out the top. Also, I don't own lip liner, so leave me alone about it. Sue me. Don't, actually, please. Okay, so the lips are traced, so now I'm just gonna put on a little bit more. Lip liner can look good on the right person. I've tried lip liner and maybe it just wasn't the right shade for me, I'm not sure, but I just did not like the way the lip liner had looked on me. I'm honestly in love with this lipstick, and even though it's like a little dark, like for summer, I just love it. I actually don't wear lipstick every day, but for the sake of the video, I just put some lipstick on. Alrighty, and we are all done. I think it turned out pretty good, given the fact that I was talking the whole time and that I now have a lake of foundation on this tissue. That really just bothers me so much. I will have all the products that I used in the description box below. Also in the description box, you will find the links to my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, because I've been addicted to it recently, and my website. Do not hesitate to come check me out on my different social media platforms. Say hi. I would love to have you as part of my little family. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any dupes for any of the products that I used, if you have any recommendations for me to try, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to trying new makeup. I love makeup. And I think that is it. I have a new post on my website blog coming up either today or over the weekend. So be on the lookout for that. Go check it out. Like I said earlier, I gave it a makeover and I'm obsessed with how my blog looks now. And I will see you in a future video.